What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today in this video, we're going to talk about Gresham's law and what does it have to do with crypto. Yeah, I know, I don't look much like a history buff, and some of you guys are like, what the snap is Gresham's law? Well, basically what it means is the good money will eat out the bad money. So like the bad money will be pushed out. I'll explain to you later in the video, and I'll give you guys a little lesson in history class. Not history class, but I'm a numismaticist. I collect coins. I like that junk. I'm an old history guy. I collect the pennies and all kinds of junk. But what's important to understand is, in my opinion, I see cryptocurrency going through the same phases and cycles as we did through the monetary cycle. And let me show you what I mean. Let's start with the Morgan dollar. It's in reverse. This is cool. This Morgan dollar is from 1882. So this is the 1800s. I want you to listen to something. You hear that ping? It's a high-pitched ping. You can kind of hear it. It's a higher pitch. This coin is not 1 ounce of silver. It's actually 0.77 of an ounce of silver. Which, I mean, this does have collector's value as well, but just based on the silver price at current rates, it's probably going to be around $17. Well, this is a dollar coin, so it is not profitable. Like, the United States literally cannot make these $1 coins and spend $17 to do it. Actually, this is worth more than $17. I'm just going to tell you now. It's collector's value. It's a Morgan dollar. Especially based on this condition, the year, it's probably going to be about $50, $60. So that's the type of silver coin it is. Now, you have a coin like this. This is an Eisenhower dollar. This is a junk dollar. This is a clad coin. This coin was specifically 1972. The year from 1964 to 1965 was the year we went off silver. Now, gold was earlier than that, but still, we're going to stick with silver. We actually initially only used gold, and then we went to gold and silver, and then we went to, well, these junk clad coins, and then we went to these goofy dollar bills. You know what the funny thing is? It takes 13 cents to make this, the $100 bill, and then it only takes 10 cents to make a $1 bill. They say the incremental price difference is because of security. I don't know what that means. But the point is like, dude, where did the other $99.87 go for this $100 bill? Like, nowhere. If someone gives me one of this or one of these, I know I can melt the silver down and at least get $17 for it. This? Maybe 10, 15 cents. I can get it for like metal value. I don't know, whatever. And even a penny. You guys know how much it takes to make a penny? It's actually more than a penny. It's almost 2 cents. So it's actually not profitable for the government to make pennies. You know the classic saying of the coin shortage? Bring all your pennies in now? Well, it's because they aren't making pennies. I mean, they're actually going to stop making pennies, if you guys didn't know. Yeah, I made a penny floor. I should show it to you guys. So yeah, here's the penny floor. Yeah, they're actual pennies, man. Like, literally, they're pennies. I put them down one by one. It took a long time. It's actually like, yeah, it's a little over $1,000 in pennies. So it was a lot of fun. I was pretty bored. And you know what's interesting? One other thing I want to add about the penny. They used to have wheat pennies. Those were full copper. Those were actually worth 10 cents a piece. Yeah, a little penny. Those are wheat pennies. So these are actually made with zinc and copper, which is a much cheaper alloy. In fact, you can do some interesting experiments with pennies. I didn't say this because apparently if you burn money, it's actually like against the law. But if you take a torch to one of these, it actually like burns the zinc up and you're just left with a piece of copper. So if you guys have a torch, give it a shot. It's a lot of fun. And try it with a copper one. And a copper one, you'll have full and pure copper. Whereas the other one, you'll get a bunch of junk metal like zinc and then like a little thin sliver of copper. Yeah, I'm a pyro guy too. So anyways, that is a little bit on Gresham's law. As you can see, we moved from a $17, we're going by face value, as in like melt value, to, well, 15 cents. to 10 cents to now we're digits on a screen and it's an infinite money printer, go burr. I mean, dude, at least we had some trees backing this. I mean, dude, at least the trees are still here. This is cool. But now what's interesting, this, I don't spend this. I hoard this. This, people are going to collect this and melt it down, use it for copper pipes, pennies, whatever. This, same junk, different day. People are going to save the money and the metals. This, you're lucky if you can use it as wallpaper, like the German mark back in World War II, I think it was, when the wheelbarrow, like you literally pulled up to a store to go get some bread, you literally dumped all the cash and you gave them the wheelbarrow, you got the piece of bread and you left. The cash was trash. It was literal trash. Now, how does this relate to cryptocurrency? Well, I'm glad you asked. Let's go to the protocol of yield farming. Let's go into Cosmos. Let's go into any of these inflationary tokens. We'll start with yield farms first. The classic cycle of a yield farm is you get crazy high yields and you need to get a pool 2 token. The yields are based on the token price. So as long as token number go up, your APRs go up and we're all happy. However, when the token numbers go down, APRs go down, people dump the coin, everything goes down, everything gets wrecked, and everything goes to zero. That is a classic cycle of the Ponzi farm. Now, do people go back and go buy that token? No, it's dead, it's gone, it's done forever. It's dead money. You know, just like what happens to dead money, like the German mark, it's trash. We don't even use it anymore. No one talks about it. Well, sometimes people do, but it's gone. Now let's go into something a little bit less vicious. Let's talk about something like a staking coin. Now I've come to the realization for a couple of things, but I mainly want to go over these layer 1 networks. There are so many layer 1 networks coming out there. There's so many other use cases. The good news is like there's still fresh money coming in. Maybe not right now, but in the future, I do still see fresh money coming in. So this will sustain the inflationary rewards. But eventually, remember, we will get to the point to where we transition from silver to this junk to paper to digits on a screen. Yes, I understand crypto is all digits on a screen, but there are virtual assets that are limited out there. Like Bitcoin is one of them. There's only 21 million. Or like any of the other assets that have a max cap. Now, I'm not saying having a max cap is required. Some inflation is good, especially for a smart contract platform, but one that's contained and not rampant. Because if you're doing something like 50-60% a year, that's not sustainable. But for a smart contract platform to incentivize stakers and validators and whatnot, you need to incentivize them. Maybe eventually the rewards, but still. The point is we're going to see this in cryptocurrency. So just like I explained in the yield farm, now let's go to the other example. On Anchor Protocol, I was looking into the sustainability model for UST and the reserve. Now, what's interesting is they take a over-collateralized position for these coins that they take on. So like for Atom, Avalanche, Ethereum, Solana, and just in general. And what's interesting to understand is you can earn a yield on your UST. Right now, it's being paid out by the reserve. The 20% is not sustainable. But the sustainability model in the Anchor Protocol is that it's dumping the yield earned from those assets. Now, as a farmer, I know how auto compounders work. Once an auto compounder comes into play, it usually just means the death of the token unless new money is coming in. So if we have this on Luna and UST, we can automatically see this is basically a printer for USD because we're constantly inflating that 20% supply, which goes to buy the UST, which gives to UST holders and keeps doing that rapid loop. But if you go on the back end, UST is burning Luna. So technically, Luna is grabbing all the appreciation from this. Well, what helped me realize this, Sephi, I talked to him on a Twitter space, just kind of talking out loud. He actually helped me realize this as I was explaining it and talking to myself. That guy is a really smart guy. Make sure you guys give him a follow. But notice how dumping Atom, dumping Avax, dumping Ethereum, you're dumping those tokens. And when you dump those tokens, you are actually pulling money out of their system and bringing it to a asset that is grabbing it in. So like you're getting rid of the bad money and bringing it into good. Now I'm not saying Luna is the money that's going to be chosen. Like there may be other protocols that come up, but what I'm seeing is that they're siphoning different assets. Like let me give you an example. Thorchain. Thorchain could potentially be one of them that is siphoning other assets. Like there's other ones that are out there that appreciate in value as more come in. Like Frax, FXS, as more Frax is minted, it's the same thing. So you got monies coming in and it's siphoning it from the ecosystem and bringing it to the Frax ecosystem. So the concept I want you guys to understand is the bad money. So this is going to be the inflationary money. I'm not calling Atom bad money. I'm not calling Ethereum bad money. In fact, I'm just referring to the term of inflationary money. So that is being dumped for something like silver. You can go to a bank. You can actually you can still get some silver dimes. It's extremely rare. Those are just really hard to find. You can go to a bank and you can try to get rolls and rolls and rolls and rolls of dimes. I used to do this. I used to pick through them and look for the silver coins. And what you'll notice is as time goes on, you cannot find those silver coins anymore. Like you go to the bank, you can't find a Morgan dollar. Like this, people used to pay people with this. Like, hey, can I get a gallon of milk? Hey, actually, with this, you could get a lot of stuff. You can get like 20 hamburgers from McDonald's because they were 5 cents a piece. Like, it's amazing. 20 hamburgers for this. But what's really interesting is technically you can still get 20 hamburgers for this because you can sell this coin for dollars and you can take those dollars to go buy hamburgers. How cool is that? It still holds its value. But with this, it's trash. It's about as trash as that hole. I didn't put that hole. So if the government's watching, I didn't do it. I seriously didn't. But you guys notice how the bad money is being driven out by the good. So we're going to notice the hoarding of these good assets and they go up in value. I'm not saying any particular asset is one. The point I'm trying to put across is take a notice of what's on the market, what is siphoning money from everyone else and bringing it into their ecosystem. When you find that protocol that is siphoning money and bringing it in, that's the protocol you want to get. I'm not picking any protocol in particular. I'm not pointing anyone out. I'm not saying you should buy this, this, and this, and this one. But what I'm saying is if you find a protocol that is consuming liquidity and consuming assets, that is the one you want to get. Of course, not financial advice. Remember, this is Gresham's Law. I did not come up with this. This is just good money chases out the bad money. To eventually, we will have a consolidation event to where we'll just have a couple of assets. It doesn't only happen to monies. It actually happens to all classes. Shall we say the telecom companies? What about the cable companies? What about the search engine company? I mean, dude, you guys get the point. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let's go and hit you guys with a wisdom one-liner. This one's going to be off screen. This is going to be Proverbs chapter 17, verses 1. Better a dry crust with peace and quiet than a house full of feasting with strife. Yeah, that's so true, man. Make sure you remember this. We do digits on the screen now, so they ain't paying nothing, and it's going to be infinite. Oh, you need a trilly? Let me just punch a 0. If you guys enjoyed this video, smash out that like. If you guys want to leave comments on what you guys think about Gresham's Law and what do you think the apex asset is, leave a comment in the description below. And if you guys want to jump in the Discord to hear what I'm doing in the markets and see what crypto projects I'm looking at, well, you guys can jump down in the Discord. It's the Patreon link. Make sure you do the VIP tier. And I'll see you in the Patreon. Peace. You guys can also catch me on tweeters at Rent a Home Fast. Like literally at Rent a Home Fast.